You didn't like the flowers?
Stop flirting with me. Light me a scotch, please. Thank you.
I can't do that.
I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
Blake Lively's off-screen drama just eclipsed her biggest roles. The It Ends With Us star, once seen as Hollywood's royalty, has been blindsided by a brutal legal twist. A federal judge just tossed out her most explosive claims in a lawsuit against co-star and director Justin Baldoni, raising serious doubts about the case's future. What started as a fight for justice has spiraled into a reputational battlefield, with Taylor Swift's private text subpoenaed and rumors of a smear campaign collapsing under scrutiny. Now insiders say even Blake's closest allies are stepping back. Is this a power play gone wrong? Or is something deeper unraveling behind the scenes? Let's get into it.
Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are kicking off the new year with new lawsuits. Baldoni is suing the New York Times, essentially accusing the paper of only telling Blake's side of the story, while Lively is filing a federal lawsuit, doubling down on claims Baldoni sexually harassed her, then launched a smear campaign to protect himself.
From movie set to courtroom brawl. From the moment Justin Baldoni announced in 2019 that he was adapting the best-selling book It Ends With Us into a film, there was a widespread frenzy. Few books in recent years have become as big a cultural phenomenon as Colleen Hoover's novel. It has sold more than 20 million copies and became an internet sensation on TikTok with more than 1 billion tags on the app. So when Blake Lively, who rose to fame in the 2000s with Gossip Girl, was cast as a main character, fans lost their minds. Many described her as the perfect choice to play Lily Bloom, a Boston florist with a traumatic past who finds herself caught in a dangerously familiar cycle of abuse. She's stuck in a messy love triangle between her charming but abusive boyfriend, Ryle Kincaid, played by Jane the Virgin star Justin Baldoni, and her sweet, dependable ex, Atlas Corrigan, played by Brandon Sklenar. The hype was real, and the film didn't disappoint financially. When it hit theaters in August, it brought in over $350 million globally, an undeniable box office success. But behind the glossy red carpet premieres, things were boiling over. Before the film even dropped, the drama exploded off-screen. In December 2024, Blake filed a bombshell complaint with the California Civil Rights Department. She accused Baldoni and key players at his production company, Wayfair Studios, of sexual harassment and claimed they were actively working to discredit her behind the scenes. Her lawsuit alleged severe emotional distress and even suggested there was a coordinated smear campaign in play. Her legal team, led by formidable Michael Gottlieb, came out swinging. But Baldoni? He didn't flinch. He hit back with a countersuit of his own, represented by celebrity go-to attorney Brian Friedman. Suddenly, Hollywood had more than just a dramatic love triangle on screen. It had an ugly legal war playing out in real time. For months, the legal feud turned messier than any rom-com plotline. Accusations flew, subpoenas dropped, everyone lawyered up, and the headlines kept coming. But this week, the legal tides turned, and not in Blake's favor.
And what we've seen today, though, is a big win for Justin Baldoni from a PR perspective, possibly from a legal perspective, though I'm not a legal expert, where Blake Lively has reportedly abandoned claims against Justin of infliction of emotional distress. So she's pulling back the claims that she's made regarding Justin and what had occurred with It Ends With Us, causing emotional distress.
Let's get to the moment that cracked the case wide open. On Tuesday, Variety confirmed that Judge Louis J. Lyman, the no-nonsense federal judge overseeing the case, threw out Blake Lively's emotional distress claims. Not some, not part, all of them. Lively had accused Baldoni of causing her both intentional and negligent emotional distress. But under courtroom pressure to provide actual medical records to back those claims, things started to unravel. Baldoni's legal team reportedly asked Lively to release her medical records, including therapy notes, as part of its defense against her claims she suffered severe emotional distress and pain, humiliation, embarrassment, belittlement, frustration, and mental anguish. Instead of pressing forward, Lively's team tried to quickly drop the charges. But here's the thing, Baldoni's lawyers weren't having it unless she agreed to withdraw the claims with prejudice, which would block her from ever filing them again. Blake refused. That's when the judge stepped in and effectively shut the door on those claims, with zero room for ambiguity. And just when you thought things couldn't get messier, Taylor Swift entered the chat.
Taylor Swift had been threatened and blackmailed by Blake Lively that if she didn't support her publicly, she would leak private text between the two of them.
One of the more bizarre subplots in this legal drama? Blake's effort to keep her private text messages with longtime bestie Swift under wraps. Lively's team filed a motion for a protective order, arguing that their chats were irrelevant to the case. Baldoni's team pushed back, claiming those texts might contain key insights into Blake's workplace complaints. The judge sided with Baldoni. In his ruling, Judge Lyman stated clearly, given that Lively has represented that Swift had knowledge of complaints or discussions about the working environment on the film, among other issues, the requests for messages with Swift regarding the film and this action are reasonably tailored to discover information that would prove or disprove Lively's harassment and retaliation claims. And just like that, Taylor Swift's private DMs became potential court evidence. While Lively's spokesperson rushed to spin the decision as a partial win, claiming the court also rejected a separate motion to compel more documents, the damage was done. Even worse, Blake's amended complaint revealed that Baldoni's PR firm had allegedly been planning to manipulate Swift's fanbase for public sympathy, calling her a bully and dragging her name into their scenario planning doc as far back as August 2024. Text messages referenced in internal emails reportedly show Swift advising Blake to stay the course and document everything, which Baldoni's team now claims shows Swift was more involved than previously known. So while Taylor Swift has said she never even set foot on set, her name is now tangled in the headlines anyway.
There is absolutely evidence that something was afoot there. And what I mean by that is there were recently created accounts at that time that just focused on her, that was attacking her, not the movie.
Let's rewind to one of the more explosive elements of Blake's lawsuit. Her claim that Baldoni's team launched a smear campaign against her after she went public. She accuses him of orchestrating a plan to destroy her reputation in the press and online, including hiring a crisis manager who led a sophisticated, coordinated, and well-financed retaliation plan against her and used a digital army to post social media content that seemed authentic. That part of the case had traction at first. Blake's complaint pointed fingers at Wayfair Studios and their PR strategy to allegedly discredit her, naming specific campaigns, burner accounts, and even fake leaks to the tabloids. But again, without hard evidence that met legal standards, and with the emotional distress angle off the table, that narrative is now losing serious steam. The court reportedly asked for verifiable proof, communications, payment records, or coordinated directives, and what Blake's team provided fell short. It was enough to spark public discussion, but not enough to hold up under legal scrutiny. And insiders say that without the smear claim and distress allegations in play, Blake's case is starting to look like it's held together by duct tape and vibes. So where does Blake Lively go from here? Right now, her case is on shaky ground. She's lost her strongest claims. The judge is clearly not siding with her. And her opponent? He's not backing down. And the worst part? Hollywood is watching. Blake's legal defeat isn't just courtroom gossip, it's reputational. Studios, brands, and fans are now questioning whether she brought this suit to seek justice or to control the narrative. And as one executive put it, the moment a smear campaign collapses in court, people start to wonder what the real story was. So what do you think? Did Blake go too far? Or is Baldoni dodging accountability? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling videos. Thanks for watching, fam!